Hi Scorpio, this is your forecast for the month of July 2017. This is a general reading for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, or Scorpio Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. You can watch your reading in 3 different ways: the full extended monthly, or for just the energy influence, watch the brief. Or in addition to the brief, watch the weekly for the upcoming week. Weeklies also make it easy for you to review information you may have forgotten in the full reading. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, and I invite you to follow me on Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. Please also check out my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/on-demand/finding-love for monthly love readings. So Scorpio, this first week of July, you may be a little bit frustrated because you're in a holding pattern. You're waiting for something and you're having to be very patient this week. Something is taking a while. And you're doing some type of an assessment, and it could be that maybe there's a lull during the development of something. Maybe you're working on something long term, or maybe you're trying to push through a situation. It could be that you're having to do some type of reassessment. Should you continue on the path that you're on? Should you make some type of direction change? You're waiting to get some kind of results. And maybe you're having to make a choice between what is safe and familiar, or perhaps stepping out there and taking a risk. It could be that as you're looking over your situation, that there's something missing. You're not getting what you want out of a situation, and maybe because of that there's this sense that you just want to give up. And for some of you, the fact of the matter is you're giving up too soon. But for others of you, there's some frustration because, again, you feel like you're not making any headway. Maybe there was a poor investment, or maybe you're stuck in a dead-end job, or you just feel like your situation is going nowhere. And because of that, you're worried about your finances, maybe some kind of loss. For some of you, you're even dealing with maybe an illness or an infection that is creating, some situations for you. If you started a company or some kind of project, you may feel during this period that you want to abandon that or give up on it. So you're taking a closer look at your situation, where you're putting in your time, your money, your effort, your energy, your talents, your emotions, and what the return is on that. So you're focused on your success, your recognition, and if you have, for some of you, made some gains with very little effort, maybe you're basking in the glow of that success. But this is about looking at your situation and trying to determine how stable it is. Now, you may be dealing with other people in that evaluation process, and you may come out, gaining a new respect for the other person and them for you. But for some of you, this weight is wearing on you, and any kind of frustration that you encounter, any negativity that you're getting from other people, or any pushback or any confusion, regardless of how insignificant, may very well push you over the edge this week and cause you to take out your frustration on other people. Now, for some of you, there's something that has happened in the past that you're still holding on to. You're mad about something and you simply will not let it go. Or perhaps because you're having to wait and there are these frustrating delays, your worries are beginning to grow disproportionately to the reality of your situation, especially if you feel that your earning potential or your partner's earning potential is at risk. So for some of you, you may need to stop struggling, accept what your situation is, and some of you may need to think about how additional ways that you can bring in money, maybe getting a second job or revising your budget or just restructuring certain aspects of your relationships with other people. Now, the second week you have a major card, and so this is an important week. Not only that, this card is further emphasized by falling in the second place. So this week holds some important significance for you during the month. This week is especially highlighted. Some of you are dealing with other female figures, perhaps a daughter, a sister, a single woman, a friend, or maybe you're connected to people who deal with intuitive situations, psychologists, or people that deal with emotional issues. It could be maybe even psychics, people that deal with psychological and emotional situations. For some of you, this is dealing with somebody sensitive or somebody that you can confide in, that there may be a secretive element to a situation or something is going on behind the scenes. For some of you, this is somebody that you have projected some qualities onto that they may or may not possess. So you've been waiting since last week because, and this week there's some kind of situation that hasn't been revealed, and maybe you were waiting for a secret to come out. So this could be a week where you get some kind of enlightenment. There's some kind of hidden issue or some hidden influence that's taking place. Maybe you're dealing with issues where there's an illness of some sort, maybe some kind of female issue, or you're dealing with digestive situations. Maybe, some of you may be dealing with sexuality on some level. Whatever it is, this week is about getting some inner guidance, listening to your intuition, or perhaps doing some research if you don't have the answer, and getting some advice from someone who does, somebody who knows the back end of the story. So you're going to be very emotional this week. This is a card with a lot of water attached to it, and you're feeling things, and even though you may not necessarily express it, it is permeating your environment, and other people are feeling it, whether you're saying it or not. So you are reevaluating. Again, this is another assessment week where you're looking at your relationships in particular, especially those with other women, and you're making some changes with regard to that. You may be making some kind of decision this week based on your intuition. Maybe you're trying to focus your will to make something happen and you're using your personal power. Others of you are letting your emotions take over and you're stuck in some kind of thinking. And again, last week, if you were frustrated because you had to wait, you may be stuck in a particular mode of thinking that's not healthy for you. This week, some type of opportunity is going to present to you. It could be material or something otherwise, and it's conditional. There's some conditions to it that you need to consider. For some of you, you're not listening to your inner voice, and maybe last week, if you were taking your frustration out on other people, this week, you're still caught up in your emotions. There's some kind of thinking that you're holding on to, some bias that you are allowing to override all of your decisions. It could be stuffing your feelings back. Maybe there's some repressed feelings due to some past conditioning or again, some early memories that you have. It could be something deep in your subconscious that is coming up and you're having to deal with that. For some of you, there's some issue of emotional insensitivity, or somebody's being overly sensitive about something and they're acting out in ways because of that. So it could be, even though this is a water card, on the flip side, maybe you're not using enough of your emotion. Maybe you're just caught up in your thought. You could be, because, you know, you're looking through the world through a very prejudiced type of lens, you may be trying to skew the game so that you can come out ahead, if that is something that's going to make things better for you. Maybe you want to get rid of anything that you feel is a threat to you or a challenge, or maybe you want to confuse the people around you because you feel like they're competition, or maybe you're meeting that in a situation. But if that's the case, this could also be a week where you're going to create some intrigue around you that you're not necessarily prepared to deal with. So you are, again, in reevaluation mode. You're rethinking something, how you feel about a situation, something you previously believed, some kind of promise someone made. Maybe you're waiting for somebody to deliver on a promise, or you're waiting for something, some goal you had, you're waiting for some results. And so again, using that intuition is going to be very important. The negative for this card is intolerance. Not opening yourself up to other viewpoints, being stuck in a particular mode of thinking that's stunting your growth. Now, the third week, you have this Six of Cups. So perhaps that High Priestess is someone from your past, perhaps a girlfriend or someone that you're related to, somebody from your childhood. Maybe this is an idealized lover that you were waiting on, and maybe this is someone like a former lover. But the past is very important this week. So you could be connecting to, again, old friends, old flings, old lovers. Family could be very important. Your memories about family. Maybe some of you are dealing with children. For some of you, you were waiting for a decision about a job offer, and this could be the week where you actually hear something about that. Some of you, maybe you get some kind of gift or some recognition or thank you from someone. So this could be a week of celebration, some good news, some doors opening, possibly some travel. And once again, you're taking a closer look at your situation. Maybe you're looking at your progress in a situation, even though it's been slow going and you've had to be patient. Still, you've made some headway and you recognize that, and you feel a sense of gratitude because of it. For some of you, something from the past is going to show up, and it's going to provide you something that has been overdue, maybe some vindication or an opportunity that you've been waiting on, or a chance to actually tell somebody how you feel. So the good seeds that you planted back at the beginning of the month could be bearing some fruit for you right now. Whatever it is, you're going to have situations that feel very familiar to you. Pay attention to your dreams this week. You could have some intuition that kicks in, some hunches, some deja vu situations. You're going to hear from somebody from your past, or you're going to hear about somebody from your past, and some opportunities, again, that seem to be closed off to you are now going to open for you, some doorways. Now, for some of you, there's something that you did in the past, some indiscretion, some mistake, an error, an oversight, or maybe even a medical issue that you've been dealing with. It's going to resurface, and it's going to create a problem for you that you need to deal with. For some of you, you're going to hear from somebody that maybe you would rather not hear from, or maybe you're having to contact somebody that you've been trying to avoid. Now, by this last week of July, there is a focus on sharing with others. Now, for some of you, if this was a medical issue that came up again last week for you to deal with, this could be a week that focuses on healing in some way. But overall, this is about, community and sharing with others. Some of you, maybe you're going to a party this week, and that you were waiting on a decision about a party or going somewhere with a friend. Maybe you're, involved in some kind of social engagement. Maybe somebody's getting married or engaged, or there's a wedding. Maybe somebody's having a baby. But this could be a week where there are some joyful occasions to celebrate with other people. There's some gatherings to attend to. Some of you, maybe you're working on a hobby of some sort. There's an interest that you've been pursuing. Maybe you've been developing a hidden talent of some sort, and there's a focus on that hobby. Some of you are going to be entertaining other people. So you're going to have plenty of chances to share with others. And in that sharing, you're going to connect to people that give you a lot of information. And again, the high priestess, maybe she had some kind of secret. And this is the week where somebody's going to do a little bit of gossip. They may give up that secret, and inappropriately so. Again, lots of opportunities to connect, to share your feelings, to discuss your feelings. And also opportunities to clear up situations, misunderstandings, because you're dealing with people who have some kind of special information that they can share with you. But this week also says, be careful about your timing and whether something said is really the truth, if it's based in fact, because it could be very easy for you to believe something someone says, or for you not to believe what somebody says because you're emotional about it. And somebody close to you could be, distorting a situation or embellishing the truth, or again, they're divulging a secret that should have been, kept locked away. For some of you, your emotions are getting out of hand and your imagination is running away with you. And you actually think that people are talking about you, that they're fighting over you, or that they're fighting with you. And you're looking for that external validation. That high priestess says you may have been projecting onto others. You may have been looking for them to validate your value or worth. And so by the end of this month, you may feel that a particular person or a situation is your key. It's the ultimate answer, and there are no other alternatives or possibilities. So something out of the blue could occur this week, something that, has some kind of good fortune to it, where it's tied into your hopes or your dreams or getting some results. Something could go beyond your wildest dreams. Maybe there's an unexpected gift or some kind of opportunity. But for some of you, this is a week, especially for those of you who have medical issues or some kind of critical issue to deal with, this is a week where there's a need to take some type of action. Now, the underlying energy is this Knight of Pentacles. So you are making some slow and steady progress. This could also be coming in contact with some earth energy. This could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, a male or female. But you're making some progress, although it's taking some time. And as the first card indicates, there's some frustrating delays. You're having to be patient. This is the slowest knight in the deck, so he doesn't move very quickly. But what he does plant tends to have a lasting effect. There's a stabilizing force with this knight. So during this month, you're looking for some kind of tangible progress, and you're having to employ your common sense. You're having to take a sensible course of action, whether that's with your health or your relationships or your finances. But this is a month of putting in that due diligence, and in some cases being conservative, because you're dealing with situations that put you at risk or jeopardize your security in some way. For some of you, there is a gift in the making, some opportunity, and you may receive some unexpected sources of income or money. But there are issues also that have to do with being faithful, being loyal, providing service in some way. So things for you are slow, but they're sure. This is about dependable situations. Now, some of you may be involved in some kind of long-term relationship. This particular knight, believes what he believes. He's not inclined to arguing, and this is somebody taking the traditional route. They're not into game playing. They want to work hard, and working hard gives this person a sense of fulfillment and purpose. And so in some cases, this person can be emotionally unresponsive or slow to react. Remember, he's slow, and so maybe he's not moving as quickly as he should on something. So for a small number of you, this is in relation to a secret love affair. This could be some kind of budding romance or an invitation of some sort. But for others of you, this is just about being involved in social situations, social activities that open up more doors for you to create romantic possibilities or social connections to others. This is going to be a month, though. Whatever connections you make, you're looking for something steady, something that's true, something that's reliable. You're not interested in people who are flighty or unpredictable or unreliable. And so if you are connecting to others, some of you may prefer, small gatherings, something that's intimate, something that's quiet, something where you can talk and connect to the other person. So this could be a month full of socializing, new opportunities, new friendships, or the realization that it's time to get out there and mix a little bit more. Some of you may be coming in contact with people who perhaps have been dishonest in some way. Maybe, there's been some dishonest financial transactions, or maybe there's been somebody who is irresponsible and they have pulled you into their bad situation. Or, maybe somebody is, because this night is very focused on income and possessions and tangible results, you may be dealing with somebody where there are issues of greed, or maybe somebody is stuck in a rut. They're complacent in some way. Or maybe you're dealing with people who either refuse to, maybe they refuse to work. Maybe somebody is, mooching off of someone else. So there are issues of security involved. And some of you may be connecting to people who are party poopers. They're just, they feel like an albatross around your neck. So hopefully you're dealing with the positive side. Again, creating something solid, being very hardworking, work-oriented, being a loyal friend, somebody that is putting in their effort. They're good with their hands. They're focused on business. They want to develop something. It could be somebody who, is very good in the industry in which they work. Now, the issue is, though, that there is very little thought that is taking place for some of the decisions that are being made. And it could be that you're dealing with somebody who is illogical or impractical. And there's not a lot of activity going on. There's a lot of lethargy, a lot of inaction. And with all this water, your decisions and your ideas could be somewhat clouded. So there's not a lot happening, and to some degree, there's some self-indulgence going on. There's a drowning in an emotion. It could be love, and that the effect of that is, it just renders you useless. You give over to these emotions. And again, that high priestess could have been an idealized lover where some qualities are being projected onto a person. So there's some passivity that keeps you locked in a feeling as if there's no way out. You feel as if you're a victim of love, perhaps. But for some of you, there is some powerful and deep healing taking place. That high priestess indicates some psychic ability, some intuition, and that inner knowing about something. On the flip side, if she's overly emotional, it means that there's some infatuation or some type of obsession with the past that may be resulting in some apathy and some depression. This is going to center around your sense of security, your well-being, your stability, and all of your decisions are going to be driven by those things. And also about how well you are absorbing the circumstances, your interactions with others, and the things that are happening around you. So this is going to be a month where there are some ambitious developments and some emotional developments. You are weighing your options, and it could be about opportunities, could be about your finances, could be about, choices that have to be made and what is good for you in connection to a partnership or some kind of agreement or contract, where you're looking at what you're putting in and what you're getting out of a situation. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know with your comments and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great month, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.